Hello one, listen. Today we're going to talk about the development of the American culture. So this happened because the American have changed a lot. Because of that era happened, there's some impact happened. The first thing is there's voting, right? So in 1820, there is voting for white males that have ownership, that own land. So that was not quite fair. So in maybe like 20 years later, they don't need to own land. They just need to be white male. And like 80% of like the people that actually have go there. So usually only 15%. 15 is a maximum. Usually that much is a lot. Like half these men like saying to this man, but this time in our history it's 80%. And that is a lot. Like about 1 million and you got 800,000 people. 800,000, that's a lot, like 8 out of 10. So, and that happened, and in 1828, there's a universal white male suffrage. Okay, let's go to the next region. Later I'll talk about it. So actually the main reason is the impact of education. So later we'll talk about it. Let's talk about a little bit. Sorry, oops. So let's talk about the presidency power. So president power is very large, right? But they can't do everything. But here in Jackson, they will show what he could. So Jackson is just a common man that as a president stands for a common man. And he's in the $20 bill as well. So first, he was a hero in the Battle of New Orleans. So he been voted to be president. But there's something happened because it just like stopped the bank and he wanted to go west. But the bank like, no, we're not funding you for that. So he forced to the Trail of Tears to appear, happen. Because the phones say people leave there to move to this place, and then later they move again because he want that as well. So there's like 15,000 people go, and 3,000 didn't make it. So that showed the power of the president, how strong was that. And now let's go back to the impact. So the impact most is education, right, for students. So what happened then? There's school, but at that time, only like rich people get to go to school, not poor. So usually poor people stay at home. And then there's a man called Honison Manuel, and then he opened a common school. It's actually not free. It's like free for everyone, but it's not free because you need to pay the tax more. So it's actually not free, but like get money from everyone. Instead of that, instead of the kid to pay and then they can't go to school, and the other people need to pay for them to go to school, so they can get educated and maybe they change our history. And then they would change the culture. That's the main part that changed American culture from like no education, like a little bit of education, to a large amount of education. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye. See you next time.